My film is Within. It's my first feature, and it's a supernatural thriller about two little girls. One is Rachel, played by Mia Ford. The other is Michelle, played by Sammy Handwriting. And Rachel's this very sweet girl who has this unfortunate ability to see the evil spirits that walk among us. And Michelle is a friend that she meets in the new town who is controlled by the evil spirit of her dead older sister. And so Michelle does all these mean and crazy things to the kids in the town, and Rachel is trying to figure out a way to stop the madness. The films that I would compare Within to, if you really liked The Good Son, if you like The Bad Seed, you like those films with those really just so mean you hate them but love them characters, then you'll really like Within. It also has the kind of a supernatural vibe like The Sixth Sense has, and there's some tribute to The Shining in it as well. I got involved with Within at the very beginning stages. I went to Berlin to do the Berlin Talent Campus way back in 2004 because of my short film, A Single Rose. And there I met the writer of Within, Rebecca Sonnenschein. And I told her I was looking for something that I can shoot low budget. And she pitched me some ideas. And I really connected with Within because I so loved that character of Rachel. I identified with her. And she sent me the script. I read it. I loved it. We worked together for a couple of years rewriting it. It used to be in the 80s, and I brought it to present day because I couldn't afford to shoot it as a period piece. We added a lot more metaphors and some other deeper elements, just kind of continuing what Rebecca had already done in this script. And then I started pitching it. And I pitched it to the producers, Jacques and Liam, and they liked it. And they took it to Bigfoot, who liked it, and they're ultimately who greenlit the movie and funded it. So that's how I got involved as director. It was one of those projects that I, took from the beginning and shepherded it through to the end. My approach, the question is, what is my approach working with kids? Is it different from working with adults? I would say that my approach is actually quite similar, because whenever you work with actors, it's a matter of finding the right things to say to get them to give you the performance you need and to make it be authentic so that it comes from inside of them and is not acted. So it's the same for kids. You have to figure out a different way of appealing to them, or a different way of drawing upon their experiences, because obviously they haven't had the same experiences that adults have, and also they still have a little less, hopefully they have less cynicism with the world. So in that respect, it's the same. But the other good thing is, like with kids, sometimes you just have to get in touch with the kid inside of you, and I have a big kid inside of me. So it's also a matter of connecting with them by having fun with them and by respecting them too. Like, you don't treat them like kids, you treat them like the professional actors that they are, and they really appreciate it, and they really are little professionals. They really come knowing their stuff. Both Mia and Sammy came to rehearsals knowing their lines, knowing their character, having already done a lot of that kind of interior research that made my job just that much more easy. So I would say my approach is the same. Just learning how to talk to them, saying the right things to get the performance that you need. Probably the only little difference is that you can sometimes bribe, like throwing in having a brownie or a candy or something. I didn't have to do that on Within. I did that on my short Six in the City. I had 6-year-olds, and so it actually helps sometimes. One more take, please. I'll give you a brownie. The most difficult scene to shoot was the climax at the end of the movie, because we shot all that stuff in the woods, everything in the woods, the stuff at the end, the stuff with the kids on the bike, and also the stuff by the lake. So that's the last scene where they put flowers by the tree, and also the scene where they had the picnic. All of that had to be shot in one day. And by the time you lit up that forest and got all that set up, we had just such little time. And fortunately, I had been rehearsing with Sammy and Mia and our stunt coordinator, Lou Simon, so we knew what they had the actual acting down. But to just have, I think I ended up with 1 hour to shoot this, figure out all the angles I needed to get. We had 3 cameras. It was just crazy. So I would say that was one of the most difficult ones, because you really want to make sure you have enough stuff so that you give the audience this great scene. And as it is, I thought I had enough stuff, but really I could have shot more, but you ran out of time. Actually, I've always loved movies. I've always loved storytelling, and even when I was a little girl, I would do like plays with my siblings for my parents to watch, stuff that I had written. And I remember, like, I just loved movies. And the key moment happened in 12th grade when I had always wanted to be an actress, and I was never cast. And so in 12th grade, there was an elective class you could take on directing. And I took it because you were guaranteed a role, because everybody in the class had to act in another person's play. And it was in this class that I discovered that A, I loved directing. B, I did not like acting so much. And C, I wasn't a good actress, and that's why I was never cast. So that was the moment I decided this is what I wanted to do. And it took a long time for me to actually do that, because I'm also a Virgo and I'm very practical, and I wanted to have the backup of a career that's stable, and that when you work hard you actually earn money. And so I majored in economics and French in college, but I still worked on lots of plays in like every position you could think of. And then when I came out to California after graduation, I went to USC, but I enrolled in the Annenberg School for Communication. I didn't enroll in the film school. But while I was there, I took film school classes, and I worked on many student films. And so I just started working, and I learned basically by doing, on student films, on independent films. I did just about every position you could do, from PA to producer, grip, wardrobe, everything, to kind of learn it. But it wasn't until 2000 that I finally shot my first film. And one reason why I finally did that is all these years I had jobs, and I'd been working for other people so I could be stable and earn money. But then I worked at Sundance, and it was just impressive. These filmmakers who were like, I'm not going to wait on Hollywood to give me my break. I'm going to make my film myself. And I decided, you know, ultimately that's what I had to do. If I wanted to be a filmmaker, I needed to go ahead and bite the bullet and make my film. And so I finally did. Made my first short film, The Wedding Dress. I quit having full-time jobs so that I could really have time to devote to my craft. And then here we are. Within happened 6 years later. It takes time. So for all you new filmmakers out there, you know, they say you have to be persistent and patient, and it is really true. But at least the equipment out there is cheap enough for us that you can still work on your craft and make your movies even while you're waiting for the big break, quote unquote, to happen. I like this question. What used to scare me as a kid? Oh, well, actually, demons scare me. So even though my film has an evil ghost, I don't know if I could ever make a movie with demons. I saw The Exorcist when I was a kid, and I would not say the words "take me" for several years, because it just, oh my God, I was afraid I was gonna get possessed. And I will not go see any Exorcist movies now. I just won't, because that's what really scares me. I remember having these I don't know if you'd call them dreams, but I remember at night laying in my bed and at times feeling like I couldn't breathe, or I couldn't open my mouth to scream, because or like a demon was in the room watching me and not allowing me to move my body. So anyway, I don't know if everybody has those kind of crazy like dreams, quote unquote, but yeah, demons are what scares me the most. Do I believe in psychics? Yes, I do believe in psychics. I believe that there's this energy that flows in the universe that connects us, that is a part of us, and that you can tap that energy to manifest things that you want. And that I believe that there are some people who are able to tap into this energy better than others, and so they're able to see things that we don't see. And I feel like there's just a lot of compelling evidence that speaks that this is true. Certainly there are a lot of shams, so it makes, you know, it makes you doubt it sometimes. But I do feel like I've seen enough things that have happened and have met enough people who are sincerely believe they're psychics that I do believe that is true. So what's next for Hanelle? Well, actually I have 2 projects that I'm working on and that I'm very excited about. The first one is a ultra low budget horror thriller actually that I am writing. It's based on a true story that happened to me. It's about me and my aunt had to hide in the closet for our lives a while back, and so that's what this is. It's 2 women have to hide in a closet for their lives. It's basically one location, basically 2 characters. So that if I have to somehow dig up the money and fund it myself, I can. Because I really want to keep making movies. I loved making Within. It was a great experience, and I can't be one of those people who've only made 1 feature. So there's that one, so that if I have to pay for it myself, I will, but you know, I'm hoping to get that one financed as well. And then I also optioned a script called Clementine. It's another supernatural horror script, also with a teenager, this time 15 years old. Again, lead character is Clementine, and again, it's someone that I identified with, and that's why I love this script. It's basically about Clementine is this outcast that her school doesn't fit in, and this 19th century ghost comes into our world in order to take out the people who treat her wrong. We're hoping to shoot a 3D, which I'm not a huge fan of going to see 3D movies because I wear glasses, and so then I have to wear the glasses on my glasses, and it really annoys me. But I don't mind it when it is like the movie is, it just works for the movie. And I feel with Clementine, it just works for the story. Like 3D works organically. And I think that it'll be worth all the trouble. And I'll have to wear the glasses on set while I'm shooting. So if I'm going to subject myself to that, then you know that I truly believe that it's going to work well for this movie. So those are the 2 projects I'm working on, and I'm looking for financing, looking for producing partners. So if any of your fans out there are, you know, producers or investors and they want to invest in 2 other really cool, scary movies, then I hope that they will get in contact with me. So I guess that's everything. I wanted to say thank you for having me on the show, and thank you for listening. I hope that you all have had a chance to see Within, or that you will see Within. If you haven't seen it, it's going to air again on Sunday, October 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern on the Lifetime Movie Network. And if you have satellite, one thing we learned the hard way last time is it still airs at the Eastern time. So even if you're in California, it's 6 p.m. And it will air again also on Saturday, October 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Lifetime channel, not the Lifetime Movie channel. It's also available on Lifetime VOD if you have access to that. You can watch it anytime, no commercial breaks. And if you're a Netflix user, you can add it to your queue. It will be released in February. So again, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the interview. I hope you enjoyed the movie, and I look forward to giving you something else to watch soon. Thanks. Bye.
This episode of Midnight Spook Show is brought to you by Angie's List. If you're looking for the best doctor, plumber, caterer, or dentist, Angie's List has you covered. They supply a list of some of the best and worst contractors in your area. And you can save 25% off your membership at Angie's List simply by signing up over at angieslist.com/midnight. And yes, indeed, Midnight Spook Show is proud to be a paid affiliate of Angie's List.